So the decision on Blaine, just kind of what went all into that?
Respect and not looking past anybody. Oral Roberts is a great team, very well coached, got a lot of players back from last year. They know how to win, and we were thinking Blaine all along, unless something changed, somebody, if he wasn't ready to go because he threw, ahead of or behind Murphy in the tournament, and when he felt good to go, it was a done deal.
Murphy, I guess you're Saturday guy, or?
Yeah, I would guess that would be it, but I'm not looking past Friday right now, so yeah.
How's Jackson doing physically? I know he got back in the lineup, but how would you say he's doing? Is he doing better?
I think he's about the same. They numb the end of that finger up, and he plays with it. It's definitely not like before, but he swung the bat well in the tournament. He got a few hits, took a couple walks, and fielded everything that came his way. So I would have to say he's doing about as good as he can do for having a broken left index finger.
Shaddy's hand healing up.
Yeah, it's healing up. It still irritates him a little bit. He has to get it loose, and but I think he's getting there. He probably won't be 100% for a while.
Just after the week or more than a week to scout Oral Roberts, what do you think of them? What have you looked at?
Well, you're just looking at their numbers. They're like all good teams. They pitch well. They feel pretty good, and they've got some guys that can really swing it, especially towards the top of the lineup. They'll run a little bit. They bunt a little bit. I mean, they play baseball. I guess they just look to see what you give them, and they try to take advantage of it. And another team that's almost won 40 ball games, won their league, won their tournament. It's what they've been doing for a long time now.
In fact, you got a lot of hitters back that faced this ORU guy last year. How do you think that helps?
Well, it helps a little bit. We've seen him. We've seen a lot of video on him as well, and he's a good pitcher. He's a strike thrower. He can command that fastball and lives away a lot. And we'll have to be ready for him. Get him if he's throwing strike one up just about every time. We'll try to be aggressive. If not, we'll wait him out a little bit.
How much did the sting of last year's postseason here kind of motivate, propel you guys during the course of this year?
Well, we didn't talk about it a whole lot in the spring. We did talk about it in early fall practice, and we played hard, didn't win, didn't play real good, played just good enough to be in every game, to win a couple, and it's always motivation. I think whenever you get beat on your own field and you feel like you didn't play your best baseball, it hurts. If you play good and you get beat, you can live with it. But I don't think we played real well last year, and I know we didn't hit like we could. This team is a little more talented than last year's team, and they've proven that out on the field. So, our thing is just to go out and play hard and, just try to take it an inning at a time and not look down the road, because last year we looked down the road a little bit and there was no road. So, got to stay focused on Friday.
Even though Jackson's batting average isn't what it was last year, just what do you thought of the season overall, and why do you think his hitting's been down?
I think he got a little bit tired, to be honest with you. I think it's tried to pull the ball a little bit too much, and maybe trying to hit home runs or hit doubles. When he just stays through the middle, he's good. When he tries to pull the ball, he flies out to left field and cuts the ball a little bit. I just think that a lot of times, the guys, they have a good year the year before, they try to better it, and maybe it's better it by more power or batting average. I feel like he didn't feel like he could hit. It wasn't about the batting average. He had that great batting average last year. He was trying to hit, like I said, a lot of doubles and show out a little bit there, and it wasn't his game. You just got to let it happen. So,
is he back to the approach you'd like? Yeah,
I mean, he was last week in the tournament. He had a couple, 3 weeks to watch and rest, and even when he made some outs, he hit the ball pretty well.
Feel better about your bullpen this time than you did last year?
I do, just because we have 3 or 4 guys that are, first off, are very well rested, and they've also gotten a lot of experience this year coming out of the pen, and they know their role. And going into the first game, probably like the other 3 teams, everybody should be ready to go.
Y'all could have taken this another 15 or 20 minutes, man. Just get in the work that you needed to.
We've gotten our work in the last couple of days. We've worked out, in the morning, and we've already lifted weights this morning lightly and stretched, and then we come in and stretched again, played catch, and did some defensive work for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and swing the bat. We've done a lot of conditioning type stuff, on Monday, Tuesday, lighter yesterday, but still got some in. To me, doing this over the years, I think you can push them too much where, they may be good for a game, but they run out of gas on you. And I'm just trying to make sure that we're in for the long haul and ready to go physically and have our legs underneath us, and hopefully it works out.
Dave Shaddy has had a pretty incredible year. I mean, just go back to what you told him in the fall and how his approach and how it's worked out for him.
Yeah, I think he's had a really good year. I mean, he's been a guy that's been clutch for us. You think about the South Carolina series, we don't win that series without him. He's about the only guy that hit in that series and hit some home runs for us. Played good defense, got a lot of big hits for us, hit some home runs. He stayed within, but he's played good D and turned double plays, and he's been consistent all year, and that's what I wanted out of him. A guy that in the previous 2 years, he came out hot for the first 45 days of the season, then it slowly faded. This year, he hadn't faded.
What do you think the crowd will be like on a Friday afternoon?
I think it'll be great. I think it'll be loud, and I think they get it. That just got to come out early and get after it. So, 2:00 game, it's just what it is. You got to play at 2:00, hopefully down the road, and we need to come out and play well.
The kind of a calculated gamble, playing in the heat early, but then figuring maybe you don't have to play.
I don't really think it's a gamble at all. I think it's a good thing. I mean, the heat's the heat. It's for both teams. It's baseball. It's tomorrow's June 1st, and it's summer, and the guys want to get up here, get to the park, get out there, take BP on the field. That's another thing you get to do when you play the first game. You get to do all your work out there on the field instead of inside, and get ready to play.
Cronin close to, or is he at 100%?
I don't know if he's 100%. It takes a little bit of time, but I think he was awfully good when we threw him last weekend, and I think he's good for a few innings, a couple times a week.
You just feel ready, like, hey, let's play.
Do I feel ready?
Do you feel ready? You think the team's ready?
I do. I think they're ready to go. I think that, this time of year you get a few days off and have a couple light workouts and maybe one really intense workout. You're focused and locked in, ready to play.
This time of year with practice, is it more just kind of going over stuff, or what do you do?
Pretty much try to continue to get better, but you don't want to go backwards, and you can't overwork them. It's really to try to be as strong as you can when the first pitch is thrown, and be ready for a long weekend or whatever it takes.